Hi guys, it's Cindy. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've shown you some of the products in my shop, and it takes so much time to make them and then list them that I haven't had time to do a video. So I thought I'd do that quickly today before I take my dad out apple picking. So I do have lots of new mini albums in my shop. These are just some examples. I'm not going to flip through them. You can look at the listings. And I usually have a video of each one, just doing a flip through. So you'll find that information elsewhere. But I love these little beach journals that I recently made. And this one actually has a little beach towel on it that is actually textured and has some sand here. And when you open it up, it's just loaded with pockets and tags and lots of places to put photos. And it's done with a kind of a vintagey feel. I have three of these in my shop currently as of the time of this video. I think three. And this one is really cute. It's a landscape orientation, which I don't do a lot of, but I thought this was fun. I counted, and you can get over 70 photos in this album. Again, I'm not going to flip through the whole thing, but it has some explosion envelopes in it that are closed with a magnet, and there's just a ton of spots for photos. This is more of an all occasion album. It has there are also these are acetate windows, so when you put your photo in there, you can see it. But as you can see, there's just room for all sorts of sizes, wallets, and cut some down for landscape photos or whatever. You can just fit a ton in here. So there's that one, and then I made one more, Once Upon a Springtime, from the Graphic 45 line that was a few years back, but these sell out usually as soon as I list them almost. They're really popular, right? Because the paper is just so beautiful. It's got, as you can see, chipboard elements on here, a little fairy looking onto the book, and my signature, which I like to put fabric on the spines. 90% of my albums will have fabric on the spines because I want them to last and be family heirlooms. And that, if you put fabric on the spine, it avoids the cracking. You know, if you cover it with paper, eventually it might crack. So it's covered with a faux leather, and it's really super cute for a little girl or a big girl too, because I love it. Lots of flips and pullouts and things, as all of my albums are very interactive. So I have a bunch of albums in there. I also have some blank kits ready to go. Blank folios, I guess you would call these, ready to go. These are great gifts for somebody who doesn't make mini albums but might like to decorate. So I made three of these. They have they have pockets, and there's a wallet, a whole separate second folio inside. These pull out. They don't pull in and out real easily until you get paper on them. But so I've got three of these ready to go. Excuse me. And then I have a whole bunch of little wallpaper journals that I put in the shop. Some of them are blank with this paper on the inside that's called antique newsprint. And I didn't put coffee stain paper in some of these because you might want archival paper. So these are just blank journals. Some of them are coffee stain paper, and some of them are digitals. I printed vintage botanicals on every other page, so it's slightly decorated for you. And they all come with a ribbon. Some come with a label. But the thing that I did in my shop, which is new, is you used to just get what you got. Um, you wouldn't really know what the cover looked like until you received it, but now I was able to put variations on the listing so you can choose whatever cover speaks to you, whether it's vintage or kind of geometric, whatever you like, you can pick the cover that you want. So there's a bunch of these in the shop. Excuse me. Then I've added and am in the process of adding a bunch of digitals. Now, not everything you're going to see, not everything as of the time that I'm filming this today is in the shop. I'm working on it. So, the best thing to do, you could do one of two things. You can go over to my Etsy shop. All the links are below. Go over to my Etsy shop and follow and favorite my shop. And then when I list something new in my shop, Etsy will notify you. Or you, even better, you can go over to the scrapologist.com and sign up for my email list. Scroll right down to the bottom of the homepage, sign up for my email list, and you will get all kinds of bargains and discounts and notifications when something new comes out. But that's the place to go if you do want to see my sales. So that would be the thing to do. If there's something you see here that isn't in my shop when you watch the video, do that and you'll get notified. So I have a collection in my personal stash of what are called chromolithography books. I always have a hard time saying that. And it's a method of printing that they did back in the day, back in the early 1900s. This book is 1905, but it's a beautiful method of printing. And the thing that I love about it is even though this book is over 100 years old, the pictures are still the the pictures are still just vibrant. Most books will fade over time, but the chromolithography, because of the method of printing, it doesn't fade. So I have 4 of these in my collection that I'm digitizing. This one's already in my shop, and this is just an example of I printed it and then I glued a piece of fabric onto the spine and sewed it. It's just one signature. I haven't cut these yet, but I just sewed 2 holes, put 2 holes in and sewed it. And if you print it double-sided, then once you put it all together, you just have a quick little book. It takes no time at all to make these and hand them out to your friends. So I've got my friends in there, and I am in the process of doing thoughts for companions. This is another one that is for would be a great gift for a friend or your spouse who's a companion too, right? And once again, the images inside and the poetry are just beautiful. So I'm in the process of digitizing this one, and thank you, Gina. Then this one is just about ready. Violets to Greet You. This is a book about violets, again from the early 1900s. And the images are violets, and then it has these other pages like this. Sorry, I'm trying to get the glare off, that have poems about violets. And again, look at the vibrancy, the vibrant colors, just so beautiful. And these things are fun because I'm thinking of putting a couple blank ones in there because these would be really nice journaling spots. So you could write your journaling in here or cover this one up and put a photograph on. And yeah, so I'm working on that. And this one, Friendship's Token, is a companion. You can see that they're a set, and it has again, it's about friendship, and it has the same kind of layout with flowers and poems about friends. So I'm doing both of these, and this is how they come to you. They print out on 8.5 by 11. Excuse me. And if you print them double-sided, they're so easy to make into a book. So still working on this one a little bit. And Friendship's Token, working on that one. And then I have some other digital kits that I'm working on. I'll just show you briefly. So when I work on a digital kit, I end up with so much paper because you have to print them and make sure that they look the way you want to, not just the way they look on the screen, but how do they print. And it usually takes 3 or 4 tries to tweak it so that it translates good onto paper. So I end up with a ton of paper. And last year I did a destash of all my digital seconds, and they went like hotcakes, like within 24 hours. So when I'm done with these kits, I'm probably going to do a destash. So again, just another reason to favorite my shop and make sure you're notified when I list new things. So one of the things that I have in my shop is I just started listing these packs of fabric and lace. I bought a really large box of fabrics that are 200 years old. I'm so excited to have these. It's hard for me to give them up, but I don't want to hoard them. I want to share them with the world. So the first set that I have in the shop is called Indigo Blue, and it's all, as you can tell, obviously it's blue, blue tones, and you get a lot of goodies in it. And this is 200-year-old lace, 200-year-old fabrics. Most of them are quilting fabrics. I don't want to take this out because it's all laid out so nice, but these are in my shop. But what I also wanted to do for those of you who don't want to buy the actual fabric is I wanted to make a digital kit. So this is getting ready to be listed, and I did take some of the fabrics and let me just get all this out of the way, and I digitized them. So this would be a beautiful border. This whole thing could go on the spine of a book, or just use it on the cover. Tear it up and collage it, or don't tear it up and place things all over it. Make a master board. Just all, that just would make a pretty cover. And it looks like the real thing. It's got all the nice little wrinkles and texture in it. So these are all 200-year-old fabrics. Look at this one, the beautiful leaf. I love the patterns. I love the colors. And most of what I got were quilting squares, quilting fabrics, and shirting fabrics, and Victorian mourning clothes. There's some cool stuff coming out in my fabric kits, but these are fun too. And the good thing about a digital is you can use them over and over and over. So that's coming out soon. I have some cool vintage watercolor splotches that are going to be coming out. And my vintage moon photos are one of the biggest sellers in my shop. I have a tutorial on what I make with the vintage moon photos. I make these little journal cards, and they look really pretty on the front of a journal or as an insert. And these are so popular that I thought I would make some more. So I have another kit, and this one I printed on glossy paper by accident. But there's two gentlemen here. I love some of the ones in this set. Not married, but willing to be. These are still very pixelated. I'm still working on it, and they look a lot better on regular paper. But not married, but willing to be, and just some more really cool photos. This is one of my favorites. This kit is going to have little kittens. Now, who doesn't love kittens, little kittens, and moons, right? So, so this is going to be coming out in my shop soon as well. And then I have a kit coming out shortly called Nests and Flowers. And they are vintage images of nests and flowers. And there's going to be some journal cards, there's going to be some full-size pages, there's going to be some file folders, and probably some pockets. But I really love the nest images. vintage flowers, and then there's going to be some full-size pages. Not sure what color yet. I'm still working on the color scheme and everything. But more nests. So I really like this one. I'm excited to get that one out. I think it's unique. And what else do I have over here? Well, lots more that I'm working on. Lots more. So there we go. All right. So I think that's all I have to introduce today. And don't forget, if you want to be notified when these things come out, don't forget to favorite my shop. Also subscribe down below, click the bell. There's lots of ways to be notified and to keep in touch with me. I would love that. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.